Alrighty. I'm feeling like Jim Carrey this morning. It's a little bit off the cuff today. We are going to be welcome to For Life's Mentor Monday. I'm Siobhan Shaw, your host, and this is a journey of growth, inspiration, and empowerment. So we are here to learn something, share something, and be something better than we are today. So this is your space. It's going to help you expand your horizons. It's going to help Daniel and I expand our horizons. And I am so excited to get to shift things up today a little bit. We didn't come in here all prepared with a topic because everybody's at conference and kind of lost in translation. We didn't figure out what we were going to talk about today, but so we're going off the cuff. But that's the whole idea of sales and marketing, is sometimes you cannot be ready for what comes at you. So you have to be able to change and shift on the fly. And so that's exactly what we're going to do today. And Daniel Hernandez and I are going to talk about paradigm shifts. So we're going to shift attitudes. We're going to shift the way we work. We're going to shift how we adapt to situations. We're just going to learn how to just fly in, check out the situation, and modify our behaviors, our thoughts, and our approaches. So joining me today is Daniel Hernandez. He's from Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. And I sat in for the first time listening to you, was it, last week?
Yeah.
You were doing one of the shows, the business opportunity meeting show, and you did a fabulous job. I was just enthralled with everything that you
Oh,
said, and I'm so excited to be able to just chat with you today. And we want the audience, which is all you amazing people. I am seeing Sonia. Hey, how are you? And Anna, you really rocked it with your hosting of the last week's events. And who else is here? I don't know anybody. Oh, Maddie. I know Maddie. So I'm going to say hello to Maddie. And I want to say hello to everybody else I don't know, and I hope to get to know you as well. So Margaret and Florence and Daddy Cool. I like that name. And Mercy and Wengechi and Jimmy and Sarit and Anderson. I've already said hola to you and welcome. And JT, good to see you. Always the co-hostess with the mostest. So Daniel, let's get started.
sure.
Paradigm shifts.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary.
It can be, but there's something, sometimes we don't learn about this until we actually bump into some of the amazing topics that just go out there. Actually, you mentioned Bob Proctor, and he's the one he's the person that I heard from, I mean, about paradigms from the beginning. And well, I don't want to be disrespectful. I want to say hello to everybody, of course, yeah, as well. We had said hello because we were connected before, but thank you very much for everyone to being here, and especially also for Dave and Claudia, for everyone that is there behind the scenes that have that and that vote of confidence, for us to actually be talking together to share our experiences and everything. But I mean, the topic of paradigm shifts. That let me just make you join me here, because we're both gonna be like talking about this again, like what we one another. Um, it came to my mind because we just received tons of information from the company, from For Life, and every time that the company comes up with something new, either you receive it with joy, you're like, whoa, this is amazing, there's new opportunity. But for some people, it's like a disturbance in the force, it's like it's like change is coming, there's change, and I just got used to this, and now I have to learn how to do this. And and that is not going to be only for us as leaders, but it's also going to be for all the leaders that are in our organization, and we that are the leaders that we want to have all the results. We want to all get to platinum. We all want to go to the I don't know, to all the little trips and the amazing trips that we have right now. We want to go with David Lisenby to his ranch, to go there to the Lazy Bee. We want to go there, we want to be one of those 7. I mean, well, I am one of those 7, so I don't know which other 6 are going, so let's see. But the thing here is that represents change, and that those paradigms are just like, we just want to fall into that comfort of, I know this is repetition. I know it. This is part of my habits. I know it is part of this. And we have to, number one, make it faster. I remember there was one of my front lines that said a phrase that I loved. He was like, tell me what I need to change the fastest possible, because the faster I change, the less it hurts. That's what he told me. And I think that was extremely wise, but most of the people don't connect with that way. But you, Siobhan, you worked, I mean, very closely with paradigms, and why don't you share to us, why is it so hard to really adapt? Why is it so hard for those paradigms? So that we can understand it not only from the perspective of ourselves, but also from the perspective of the leader that is going to help those other people, adapt. That I think that's the word, more than only the paradigms, but like to really adapt to the new things, because actually the theme of the convention was vision. And it said, be part of the global vision. So For Life is inviting us to just have everyone the same vision, in everyone doing the same thing, everyone talking about the same topic. And of course, when everyone is joining forces, it's a lot faster and a lot easier, And what we all want is that beautiful word called momentum. We all want to generate that momentum in the company, in our organizations. We all want new trips, new bonuses. We want everything. And the only way we can do it is together, because we are not going to do it if we work individually. So, Siobhan, what about those paradigms? Why is it so hard? Tell us.
Well, I don't know if anybody on the show knows, I used to work with Bob Proctor, who is a renowned
Yeah. Mr. Paradigm
self-improvement
Shift.
guru. He just passed away not too long ago, but I had the
Yeah.
opportunity to work for him for several years. I was involved in his Life Success Perfect Weight division, and I was second in command. So I helped to write the book. I helped develop the program and bring all the people in, and helped the coaches,
Wow.
helped put the events together, and did all that. So I got to listen to some of these amazing speakers, not only Bob Proctor, but Paul Martinelli and Bob Berg, and
Wow. Just a question.
your friend,
How was Bob
Maxwell,
Proctor
John
in
Maxwell.
person?
Hmm?
How was Bob Proctor in person?
Oh, he's so cool.
I
And
mean,
here's a
this
paradox. I'll
question,
just tell
sorry.
you a little. He used to always wear a white suit, right? To me, he looked like a preacher from the South. He always wore a light colored suit. And so for the Perfect Weight program, I went up to him, and this is shifting your paradigm, because you can go up and try to change somebody's mind. You can go up and just be bold, and still be respectful, and walk up and say, hey Bob, do you mind, for the videos that you're going to be shooting for us for Perfect Weight, could you put on do you have a dark suit with you, because I don't want you to look like a preacher. And he looked at me and he smiled, and he left, and he came back with a dark suit.
Wow.
And I noticed he wore a dark suit an awful lot after that. Not saying that I had anything to do with his paradigm shift, but it really is. It's one of the things. I've just looked up one of his quotes, because I couldn't, I'm not off the cuff remembering his quotes, but he says, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Right?
Wow.
So remember that. So that's a really important part of a paradigm shift. You have this way of being. You've been brought up to be a certain way in the world. You've been told this is how you have to do it, and this is what works. But sometimes you have to step, as you said, outside of your comfort zone and try something new. You have to be bold. You have to be brave. You know, there's a whole lot of bravery that comes with shifting from where you were to where you want to be. Right. And it's not an easy journey, and it's not comfortable, and you flub up, and
Yeah.
you know, you make mistakes and you don't get it right, and and you're taking chances. You know, here I took a chance to look Bob Proctor straight in the eye and said, I think your white suit makes you look like a preacher. So could you put on a dark suit so you look more businesslike for this division? We want to set a tone, right? He could have said, you're fired, out, you know, right? I'm going to wear my white suit. He could have said that, but he didn't. And he just said, you know, he respected our team and what we were trying to do. And he shifted. He shifted his attitude. He didn't take it in a bad way. He didn't say, out, get this girl out of my space. I don't want to see her anymore. And he was just really amazing to spend time with. I did. They actually, one time they sat me right next to him and at a dinner table. And even though I'd talked to him and I, you know, had interaction with him, I didn't know what to say. I felt silly and young and you know, inexperienced next to him, and I'm sure I had a great conversation with him, but I was so nervous I don't even remember. So I think that um, paradigm shifts are all about changing and adapting to the situation you're in, right? We can't
Yeah.
go in and with a script every time to the same with the same script every time. I used to, you know, work in sales a long time ago in weight loss sales. And they had a script, and we had to, it was one of the big weight loss companies, and you had to, part of your training was you had to learn the script. And then the script, you had, you walked around the center, and there was pictures on the wall that would remind you of what you needed to speak about. So this, you would take your potential customer on a tour, right? But you had to stick to your script.
Mhm.
Well, that's not always something you can do, right?
No,
And yes, eventually parts of the script become rote for you, and you know, you just you know, you're speaking it and it seems natural. Early on it's not, you're falling over your words. But eventually, if you can make that script your own and bring in aspects of your personality to it and be ready for any response from your customer. So that's important. So you have to listen, right?
true.
So part of adapting to something new is listening to what the other person says. And it's hard to listen if you're thinking about, oh, what do I got to say? Like just now, right? I
Exactly.
we didn't know what we were talking about. So how am I going to know what I'm going to say? You know, oh my gosh. So I'm nervous and anxious, and I'm actually starting to settle in because it's a topic I know, right?
Right.
So I think that when you get to that point, the paradigm shift is all about how you react to it,
True.
you know, to the change, and how do you adapt to it. Some people can't adapt easily. And those people are the ones that don't move into leadership. They don't become successful. They don't find opportunities that fit who they are, their personalities. They don't, they just kind of stay where they're at.
True.
And sometimes that's obviously, for me, from a spiritual point of view, maybe that's where they're supposed to be right now, right? There's times when we're just supposed to be quiet and we're just taking things in. You don't always have to be the you know, the go getter, and you know, sometimes you can just go into hermit mode and just learn and take it all in. But when it's time for you to jump in, that's when you have to be willing and able to adapt to any situation. So I think
Okay.
that, you know, that you've got to, you've got anxiety, you've got the feeling of being overwhelmed, you've got, you know, this comfort zone you're stuck in. you have to take that deep breath and go, okay, how am I going to walk into this new situation? How am I going to adapt? How am I going to change? And it's okay to change because life is change,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, we're totally different from one day to the other. I mean, organically we're different. I mean, like
Yeah.
we're a different person, you know, from a few seconds ago to right now because of everything that is going on around us, you know. And
So
but
we've
we,
actually
yeah,
just once we've actually had to change because we weren't prepared for this meeting,
true.
right? So you didn't have a topic. So we've come up with a topic off the cuff, right?
Yeah.
So we've had to change how the Mentor Monday plays out because everybody who's listening has been on Mentor Monday, and there's usually one person who speaks and they speak about a topic and they go on for 20, 40 minutes, whatever it is. But we've had to change. So we've changed the environment, we've changed the layout of the show. We're having a conversation as opposed to there being a monologue, right? And
Mhm.
so, maybe that becomes something that Mentor Mondays,
Yeah, I
going
know.
forward do, right?
How do you
Or you
feel,
have the
guys?
opportunity to do it if you want to do it, right? So we've actually just on the on the fly changed how Mentor Mondays are being perceived and are being done.
Exactly. JT?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that eventually it will evolve like everything else, and this is part of it, and this is part of the process, and it's wonderful. It's very beautiful.
Thank you, JT. Yeah, talking about changing paradigms, right? I mean, changing all that. I love the comments that we have right now because Sonia said you need to have an open mind to listen and truly understand and what is being asked without offense. Okay, yes, or we don't feel mad. Yeah, of course. I think that's super important, as you said, Siobhan. We gotta listen. We gotta know exactly. Yeah, and then I feel that see if the expectation of achieving something like a sale instead of serving is what causes us not to connect. Yes, totally agree with that. Yeah. And we have our experience when you walk in the room. Yeah. Something here, Siobhan, it's because you were very, very close to that about like changing paradigms and all this. And how can you ease the change of a paradigm?
I think that it requires calm.
Okay.
You have to learn to step into this calmness, right? So I'm very high energy. I'm very anxious quite often, right?
Okay.
But sometimes, which I'm doing right now, I'm purposely trying to sit back in my chair and get quiet. Because haven't I been a
Good.
little bit loud? John will tell you I'm loud all the time. But I have to go, okay, there's a question that I have to answer. And do I have the answer for it? Maybe,
Good.
maybe not, right? So I have to first of all sort of get myself centered and then just from my heart center speak about it calmly, right? So when you
Sure.
asked me that question, the first thing that came into my mind was you have to learn to adjust and start off from a place of calm, right?
Nice.
I think if you're going to come in like a bull in a china shop, you're actually probably just a motor mouth. I do this, I just go on and on and on and on and on, and I think Sonia's pointing at herself. Sonia and I are very much alike, and I'm sure there's other people here that have that thing where we just like, right? And so if you can just catch yourself, sit back and try to just be, right?
Sure.
Then you're going to actually present better. You actually might hold the attention of the audience better as well because
Sure.
they're listening, they're leaning in. Is anybody leaning in right now? Lean in, okay? So, right? So, but you might say something that inspires them if you can
Sure.
do it from a place of calm. So, and then I think that how innovative and creative you are is also important, right? Off the cuff stories, trying to remember things that you did, you know,
Sure.
that like a paradigm shift that happened to you. Like Daniel, what do you remember anything in your life where you had to shift?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you had to go from, oh, this is what I think to, oh, I'm going to change how I'm thinking.
Yeah, totally. And it's part of my story on why I joined For Life. Yeah. When I understood that there's a different way of making money. You know, I mean, my intention, I mean, the way that I was taught on how to make money, the way that I mean, my professional journey, you know, that was making me feel frustrated because I was getting to the point in which, okay, I'm gonna get fired or I'm gonna get a pension that is just gonna, they call it an onion pension, right? Because it only makes you cry. Okay, so it's like I'm gonna. Those are the only two things, you know. And I mean, it's like you see the car that is gonna crash at some point, you know, and then you see this other kind of income, and I'm like, okay, wait, I think I took the wrong route, and you gotta change everything. And I didn't know about For Life in that moment. Yeah, I only knew about the residual income. I knew that there were people that made that kind of money, but I didn't know how to make it. So that's something that I first had to change, you know, and that's, you know, it's not like devastating, but you know, in a way, it's kind of like it's frustrating, you know, because you have that, oh, okay, the dreams that you had, it's like they're not gonna be fulfilled that way. You gotta change if you really want to make it happen. And that's one of the things that I remember most of the times, and I want to remember it all the time because that really makes you remember that there's going to come a point in which you're going to have to change it, you know, sometimes. And there are plenty, but something that I remember right now that because if you said, okay, I got to get calm and I got to do this because I want to go back a little bit of what you were saying, because I remember the phrase right now about a bird, you know, that says a bird sitting in a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking because its trust is not on the branch but on its own wings. Yeah, and I love that phrase because that's something that I knew, as you said, Siobhan, okay, I know this topic, so I can talk about it. So that's why you can like, okay, I can trust myself that I'm able to respond. That's why I love the word responsible when they told me about response and able, because you're able to respond, and that's why you're responsible, you know? So I mean, I loved that because it's like, okay, do I have the ability to respond to this? So when Claudia calls and says, "Hey, can you handle this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm able to respond. So let's do this. You know, let's see what we can share." And then talking to you is like, "Yeah, we can share something that can really bring value." Yeah, because I think that's the base of everything if you really want to be a leader. Another thing about changing paradigms that taught me a lot, that also helped me with now that you were mentioning about another thing, it's like whenever you go to a training, I don't remember who taught me this. This is not mine, but that was one of the things that changed my perspective a lot. Because he said, whenever you go to a training or you attend anything or you're talking to someone, never see it like something that you're only receiving. If you're a leader, you're gonna see it as something that you're gonna teach later. So that changes the perspective a lot because now you're not really focusing on yourself. You're really focusing on understanding it for others. That's why I brought the topic this way, because when I see the convention, I see all this information, I'm like, this is amazing, but are they really seeing that it's that amazing? Or are they seeing it with fear? It's like, oh, am I gonna need to invest more money because now I have to make 150 points? You know, oh, I'm not gonna receive my product right away. I need to wait another month so I can like change those points, cash those points, and then have that free product, right? It's like, what are they seeing? You know, and I think that the key that you said, can you repeat that phrase that you found from Bob Proctor? Do you still have it there? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. He said, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today.
There's a key word there, it's doubt. And I think that's where we can really help a lot. Yeah, I mean, what are the doubts that your people have? You know what I mean? It's like, okay,
Oh,
I don't know if
talking. Daniel, I'm just going to talk over Daniel.
think my okay, there I am. Yes,
There
okay.
you are.
Can you
Okay.
hear me well? Okay, yes. Okay, there's just some internet hiccups. Okay. So what I was saying is like, okay, what from the company, what information that came out from the convention would represent some sort of fear or doubt? What do they understand it or not? Yeah. So my feat right now, I mean, what I have to do right now is like, okay, I gotta talk to my leaders. Yeah, I gotta talk to my leaders. I gotta share the information, and it's like, okay, tell me. Number one, do you have any questions about the information from the convention? What questions do you have? I gotta eliminate the doubt first, you know? I gotta eliminate that doubt. It's like I don't want you have any misconceptions of the information that was just released. Yeah. And after that, I gotta make a very important question. It's like, how do you feel about it? Yeah. I mean, I want to know how they feel. How do you feel about this? Would you really, do you really want to go for it? Do you want to go and win that trip? Do you want to get this bonus? How do you feel about it? Are you excited? Yeah, I want to know their level of fear, you know? Now that they don't have doubt, okay, are they fearful about the information? Or are they excited about the information? Are they nervous about the information? I mean, I really want to know how they feel because I'm the leader and I need to help them out, you know, because I'm seeing it for them. Because for me as a leader, it's like, do you really want to have the global vision or do you want to stick to yours?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
out of the convention, there's some new skills that
Yeah.
people have to learn. They have to shift their paradigm, right?
Yeah.
250 points. Right?
Exactly.
So they have to find ways to embrace that and find the competitive advantage over that. You know, I'm a big collaboration person. Everybody probably knows that of me, but I think that the team has to figure out, how are you going to approach this? You
Yep.
know, how are you going to change what you're saying? How are you going to put a spin on it, right? How are you going to make it so that it's not a big deal? Because it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. It may be for people that don't have a lot of money. I totally understand that. But you are now in that, you're now in that problem solving
Yeah.
phase, right? Of a paradigm shift is you're going to confront this obstacle, right? And then you've got to figure out how to overcome it with your team, not for your
Yeah.
team, but with your team, right?
Sure.
And Claudia, you've got a big team as well, right? So, you know, the same thing. You've got to figure out with your team how you're going to overcome this one little thing that could just derail everything. Just one little
Sure.
thing.
True.
But we've forgotten all the other great things that went on at conference. And even though we weren't there, we were watching what was going on. And
Exactly. Thanks to
I
the
spent my
team.
weekend watching Claudia's reels all the time. So as a leader, Daniel,
Yeah.
how are you going to help them process this change and become, you know, solve this or help them expand their horizon and see it differently? Because that's what a paradigm shift is. It's changing your mindset.
True. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we forget that we don't have to be only the cheerleaders, right? We don't just have to go on and like, you can do it. Yeah, the 150 points. Woo, there's no problem. It's like, yeah. I mean, hooray, hooray. That's nice. Yeah. But the thing here is that we need to empower them, you know? That's the intention. So I really want to make sure, number one, that they know the information. It's like, hey, do you remember, do you know about the changes that are in the loyalty program and how good they are, you know? I mean, of course, I'm gonna always talk positive, you know? I want you to take as advantage as much as possible of our loyalty program. So I'm gonna contact, because I gotta contact clients and I gotta contact leaders. Yeah, clients that are within the loyalty program and leaders, because most of the people that heard that information in the convention are leaders. They are not the clients. So I need to know if I'm talking to a customer or I'm talking to a leader, in this case. Yeah. And I gotta tell them the good news, and how to take advantage about all that, and how they can, in the case of the client, how they can maximize, the benefits of the loyalty program. Yeah, I gotta make sure that they really understand, because a customer, I mean, it's hard to get those loyal customers, you know what I mean? So we gotta really pay attention to them. Maybe even give them a little gift, if it's necessary. Give them I don't know, a product. I mean, change some products and just, I'm extremely happy that you've been loyal to For Life, and For Life is always thinking about us. And they made some difference. I mean, there were some adjustments in the loyalty program, so they can give you even more. I want to share this information with you. This is a little token of mine, just of appreciation that you've been there all the time. And let me tell you how this is going to happen, So it's like, I mean, that's the best way to do it, Why? Because there's reciprocity, I mean, whenever you give someone, that person wants to give back all the time. That's what happens. Yeah, if they tell you, and I gave that example in the training or last Mentor Monday, that we're talking about. I don't know, that reciprocity, right? If they give you a gift and you don't have a gift for that person, you feel like, oh, I want to give something to you. And I mean, more than feeling amazing, you feel bad, because you're going to give that something back because you don't have it,
Yeah.
or when they pay you a compliment, you want to pay back. You want to tell that person, oh, you look good too, or you're amazing too, or something, whenever they tell you something like that. Yeah. So, it's the same thing here. I think that first we have to give before we take something back. And some people are actually going to be a little more willing to accepting something when we start with that vibe, and, for everyone else. So first, I would like to take care of my customers. Why? Because the customers are the ones that are always going to bring you in any network marketing company. They are the ones that are going to provide you with that residual income. I mean, having clients that continue consuming the product in all your organization, that's the base of having that increasing volume that is necessary for you to get that that kind of income, right? So if we understand that, then that's very important. And let's remember that the 100% of our organization are clients, are customers. Even the ones that are building the business, we all should be taking transfer factor. We all should be taking the products. We all should be enjoying the products ourselves, So I think that we have to see it from the perspective of the client first. That's my personal view. I mean, you can see it in a different way. But I want to take care of my clients first, that they know that For Life does this for their own benefit, and that they can get very good advantage of this. It's like, I want you to take advantage of all these things and all the changes that For Life is giving, so that now, instead of you just receiving a random product, you receive the ones that you really want. I want to help you maximize that. So let's do this together. Yeah. What are we going to ask for so that you can get 150 points, and then you get all these massive points so that you can change them for whatever you want? Yeah. So I want to tell them that that's my intention. When you're very clear about your intention, then it makes it easier for the rest of the people to receive that information, right? Yeah. It's like, because I told you, Siobhan, I would like you to talk about this part of the paradigm shifts, because you were with Bob Proctor. You know more about this. I mean, it's very intentional what I'm telling you, and then you can jump in because you know my intention and you know that you can respond. So it's the same thing with everyone else. If you're extremely clear about the intention, yeah, and if you tell them, I want to make you, in the case of the leaders, for example, I want to make you really feel empowered and ready to get these next 3 months to get as much profit as you have ever gotten in For Life. It's like, I want these next 3 months to be the best 3 months in For Life for you. So let's work together because now For Life has done this in an amazing way. And I don't want you to lose that opportunity. And yeah, I think that by July, you can have a totally different life if we work together. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, when I go that way and I talk to that leader that way, now I can know. And of course I want to tell them, and I want to be very, very clear. It's like, okay, tell me, how do you perceive this information? When you listen to this, do you listen to this and you feel empowered, or do you listen to this and you feel nervous? I want to know, because then I can help you. Yeah, when we are also vulnerable, when we say, it's like, okay, when I said 150 points, okay, I have to change that. It's like, is it I have to, or do I want to, or do I choose to? What is it? I want to talk. So having a conversation is very, very, very important, because I think that the changes that For Life made are like, they are amazing, but that's what I think. And one of the most important things that I think that as leaders we need to have in our vocabulary, with everyone else's, is the intention again of the convention. And I'm saying a lot of intentions, right? But okay. But the intention, as it says, is like, be part of the global vision. I mean, that's what David Lisenby is asking us to do. That's what Danny Lee is asking us to do. It's like, okay, when are you guys going to start working together? It's like that. It's like, why don't we all work together and it's going to be easier? Yeah. So I think that's just amazing. It's like, if we all join forces, it's going to be easier and simpler. Why don't we do that? Even there's a training tool. I don't know if you saw it. Did you guys see the training tool that they just came up with? The fast start training tool,
That's
90.
really good.
It's so amazing. I mean, the training is automatic now. It's like, now everyone can just jump in English, Spanish. I don't know if it's in Portuguese. I hope so. But I mean, everybody can just get started the same way. Everybody's talking the same language. We're all sharing the same thing. It's so incredible. The company is really, what I saw is that for everything that the company was doing, they are really giving us the tools to work together. But that's a choice that we need to actually make. We need to make that choice. We need to say, yes, we're going to work together. Yes, we're going to have only one voice. Yes, we're going to have only one global vision. And that's what we're going to be doing, And the vision that I see is that we have to talk about 2 packages, what is 400 points entry, 150 points packages, or 150, and that's it. Unless you're a client, then maybe something different, but if you're going to do the business, that's just our language, JT, you have a comment? Join us, man.
Actually, just a question: which specific tool were you referring to? Is it a video or a
No,
document?
the interactive brochure.
It's on your app. It's called the Fast Track 90.
Yeah, Fast Track 90. It's there. It's in Spanish and it's in English, and it has a welcome from David Lisenby. It instructs you about how to use your app. It gives you the how to do the business, like starting with your purpose and making your list, and how to invite people, like everything in only one single tool. It's
That's
just
awesome.
amazing.
I haven't checked it out. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, Jillian gave us the link. I'll see if I can find it,
Yeah, please.
because that's how I heard about it. Of course, I won't be able to find it. But oh my
We can
gosh.
share it there in the group. You can share it. We can share it in the group so everyone can
Yeah.
have it.
But
But it's in the app.
on the app.
It's on the app, so you
Yeah.
can check it there in the app.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But that tool is just amazing. It makes it easier for duplication. I think that if we're all talking really about the same thing, we're just sharing the same thing, it's going to be amazing. We can really generate that momentum. And if we all also are using the language, using the words, using everything that the company is sharing with us, Go ahead, man. TT?
Yeah, just to clarify, because there's 2 different types of fast start. There's the one with Dave and Elizabeth and the one without.
No, let me see which one it is. From my app. it's good that this came out because I have the link here, just right in my hand. But this is the one in Spanish. I'm gonna share the Spanish one here in this in
I wanted to
Zoom.
mention that on page 23 of the book,
I found it.
you'll be able to see an actual spreadsheet if you have the little book, but the book is online, so it's easy to view. It actually tells you the 4 different ways that somebody would actually sign up. Like, you know, how you mentioned with 400 points, 150 points, 100
Yeah.
points to the customer, shipping free, right? And then any other LP. So this book, if you went to convention, you should have read it backwards and forward, even in Spanish if you don't speak Spanish, or in English if you don't speak English, because this thing is amazing.
Yeah, it's great, right?
online. Yeah, it's a really good book to really set the tone for you being successful in this business. That's the bottom
Sure.
line. We want
Yeah.
your success.
Simple like that. There's the other link. Perfect. We have the
Found
2
the link.
links over
That's
there.
the link. I don't know what the first one was.
Thank you,
There it
everyone.
is.
Thank
And
you.
I suggested Jillian do a training on it.
Yes, yes, we should have a training, and we're gonna have a
It's her
training from the
birthday today,
company.
so I don't think she's here.
Yeah, I hope she's having fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, there are gonna be changes to the app. Right now I tried to change something, but I mean, it's taking time. Because I mean, they're going to be making some updates and stuff like this, but I think that we're gonna have amazing tools. And based on how the company is coming, and what they're doing completely, I mean, I think that's something that we just need to focus on. I think that it's going to be a lot easier to change any kind of paradigms. Number one, making sure that people in our organization, you're sharing excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. It's we have to make sure that people believe in the company and then believe in the products. You know, I think that's very important. Yeah. That they believe in David Leesonby, that they believe in Danny Lee, that they believe in the ones that are in charge of the company. Because that's gonna, I mean, then whatever they say and whatever they show us, they're gonna believe on that. Yeah. I think that's crucial. Yeah. So Siobhan, you're sharing to that. Give us a tour.
I've looked at it very quickly myself. So it comes with a table of contents, which is always very helpful. So there's actually quite a lot in it, and there's some shareable videos, and there's invitation scripts. So remember what I told you about your scripts. You good to know your stuff, but try to personalize your scripts if you're gonna go with scripts, because you have to adapt to the situation. And I think that what else is there? Talks about the mission of For Life, a message from David Lisenby himself, about the products, so transfer factors. So these are all things that you guys are going to know. So this is for new people that you want to get into Fast Track as well, because it tells them, have you downloaded your For Life app? So it can be used as a way to get people to join your group. Right?
Yeah, I think that needs to be used by everybody, even the ones that didn't start with the fast start. So they know about the fast start from the company, and they are also like, oh, I would really like to know it, because the rest of the information that is not only the fast start helps with for everyone. It started with 150 or 100 points or anything. It helps for everybody,
And right here in the app, you can, in the document, I guess, you can tap to learn more about my shop and more about the loyalty program. And a couple of things I just wanted to say about the loyalty program is that it's exciting to be able to get a product that you want instead of one that they want to send you. I know my sister loves the products and she wants to keep trying things, but I said, oh, you're going to get a free one because she's on the loyalty program. And she goes, oh, what is it? And I was like, it's called stress something and it helps you sleep. Well, the other thing is helping me sleep. So I don't need something else to help me sleep. This is how she thinks, right?
Sure.
I think that way too. So I'm like, well, why would I want to try something that's I'm already sleeping, because, one of the products she's got is helping her sleep.
Yeah.
So, it's focusing on what's in it for the customer and what's in it for the team member, get back to their why. Jillian will tell me, I'm hearing her voice in my head right now. Get back to their why. Why did they start? It's not a big, it's not like it's doubled or anything. It's just a little extra. And so you get to try new products, if you love the products that you're already getting with your loyalty, then you get to try new ones. And like you said, you can be giving things away to people, right?
Yes,
To
I
encourage
use
more
them.
people to
I
get
use
involved.
most of my points. I use them for samples sometimes. It's like,
See, right there, they say, define your
yeah,
why.
define
Right
your
there,
why.
that's like right here. So I think it's actually probably the best thing I've seen in my short time with For Life,
Yes,
to explain, define your why.
everything
Yeah.
is so important, and then you just go back to the person, because something that is great about using tools is that it's you can easily duplicate it in all your organization, and everybody's talking about the same tool. You don't need to be like, okay, creating and generating, because that's what is suggested whenever your company doesn't have it. But once your company has the tools, it's like, okay, why are you playing with something else? It's like, share the tools of your company, because they're going to be more, they're going to look professional. Yeah. You're also going to have the posture, it gives you the right posture, because you have a company that has more than 20, is more than 25 years old already, and has that, and the company has not only the best products. For me, yeah, I know that they say, no, there are products for everything. No. For me, yeah, For Life products are the best ones. I love them. I've used them. They really have, I don't know, you can test it in every family has a testimonial or 2 or 3 or 4, and we feel amazing. It's like, come on. It's really, really, for sure, we have the best company. And what I was saying is that it's going to even get better. This is just like the beginning of many, many other things that the company is going to be developing for us. And I think that's what's really going to help us do something amazing together. But we are already, it's already time for us to get to finish with the topic, but I think that this was a nice conversation. I hope that we brought some value to everyone here. I don't know if anybody would like to share with us, maybe a couple of people, to share a little bit about those paradigms that are going to change with their organization and stuff like that. How about if we open the...
Sonia, you had your hand up.
Sonia.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, that's like a paradigm shift, right? You're going to go to your customer and now you're going to tell them, you know what, you're going to need 150 points of loyalty to be able to get your product. But you know what? In the reality, what happened was For Life listened to us. They said, hey, I'd rather have my own choice of product. And they made it happen for us.
Yes.
They made it happen with 150 points. And why why those points? Why? Because at the end, 15% of 150 gives you so many points. And then they're giving you 35 now points that would have been free product, right? Well, now you're getting a free bottle of transfer factor every month. You're getting more than 50 points with your purchase of 150. So think about it. Now you can help somebody, because you can use it or you can share it, right? You could sell it.
Sure.
So now you're helping yourself help others. And I think that's the biggest thing with the company, is that we want to get to 3 million new lives. We want them to know that healing is within themselves. And this product just basically helps you reach, helps in your system, improve. It's
Sure.
not like it cures you or treats you or anything, like prevents anything. But if you gave your system the right kind of fuel, it's going to operate. So I just want to make sure people, when they go in, and Daniel, what an excellent thing about leaders that you mentioned today. I loved what you said about asking them, how do you feel about this? Because for some, at least at convention, I heard it. There was a lot of noise. Some people were excited. Some people were skeptical, like, now I have to come up with another 25 points. But in reality, how are you going to spin this? Are you going to spin this with the opportunities that it brings forth, the numbers adding up to you meeting diamond? Because that's the foundation, diamond.
Yeah.
We all want to hit diamond, okay? If you've hit diamond and you repeat, you will hit all the other levels again. That's the bottom line. So I loved what you said. Do you want it? Do you want something? Do you have to? Do you have to make a choice, right? That you said something like that, like
Yeah.
about the product, do I have to? Do I want it? Do I choose it? And I hope that everybody makes the right choice. I know coming out of convention, we're coming as high as a kite, and it's like a helium balloon. The world will come at you after you left because you're coming so excited and hot. I know that.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind the goal at hand, the change that you wanted, the why you're doing this. Keep that in the forefront. Go with it with all your might, your heart and soul. And the people that you're supposed to meet are already there. It's just a matter of you wondering and discovering where they're at. Remember that. They're there. You already have them. God already placed them. It's your job to move. God can't steer a parked car. You keep moving, you keep sharing, keep sowing that seed. I just wanted to end with that.
Awesome.
Give it back to you guys.
Love it, Sonia. Thank you very much. That was amazing what you shared with us. And yeah, you're totally right. And also we gotta be ready for those no's and for those negatives, negative vibes and stuff like this. We gotta be ready for that. We gotta expect them. Yeah. It's a lot easier. I mean, it's not like expecting them, but I mean, we gotta make sure that it's like, okay, yeah, I know it's gonna happen, but I mean, that's not really gonna stop me, and it's not really gonna stop the rest. Let's remember that it's our business. Yeah, it's our business. It's my business. I gotta make it happen, And let's see who wants to join me. Yeah, who wants to join me and doing what I need to do. And the ones that really have the heart and connect with the company, connect with the products, connect with the team. They are the ones that are gonna say, yeah, let's do this together. It's like it's just about let's get together and sometimes we forget that let's say we are for life facilitators. We want to make it easier for you to get as many benefits from For Life that you want. It's like, which ones do you want? That's it. It's like a buffet. Which ones do you want, right? So that's mainly what I think that we could share today. Siobhan, it's been amazing to share this time with you. I mean, talk to you. Now I know about this thing with Bob Proctor and all that. I need to talk to you more about this. Anyways, yeah, separately.
I'll just give you links to our old show there might still be some shows out on YouTube. We used to do Google Plus before
Nice.
Before Zoom. And of course, we're doing Real Talk now. Jillian's creation has turned into a show. I'm its regular host and producer now. So please, it's on every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So come and join us. And if you can come and co-host, I really need that help. I like to do screen shares. So we've got, so that there's some visuals and of course, spotlighting and all the, bringing people in and keeping some people out. That's some of the things we have to do with our co-hosts. And that is what's so exciting about when you're talking about collaboration that's what I see here. Like For Life is all about collaboration. As I said the other day, that this is a no drama zone. Like I have not run into anybody who's here to be competitive with me. Everybody is welcoming. Claudia and everybody now, they're starting to teach me Spanish because I said I want to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
And it was no pasa nada. It was like the first thing I learned, no problem.
Nice.
Do it. And Claudia's, out of her busy day, she sends me phrases in Spanish that I have to learn.
So cute.
Right? Isn't it amazing? And so that's the kind of collaboration you want to keep. And it's funny because I just did a LinkedIn article. I write about women in agriculture, of course. That's my, day thing is growingtogive.org, and it's all about sustainable agriculture. But I wrote, and the headline, I'm going to tell you right now what the headline was Uniting for Impact. Embracing new ideas in nonprofits and agriculture for a sustainable future. Well, we could retitle that, and it's Uniting for Impact, embracing new ideas in networking and health and wellness for a sustainable future, right? It's right there. It's that's the other thing about paradigm shifts, just before we go, is that you shift, other people will shift with you, right? Yeah. Because we're followers, we like to belong, so if you can be the lead, when you're a leader and you can lead the way people are actually thinking, and if you're a leader on the light side of things, then you're doing good for the world, right? You don't
Sure.
want to be the dude in the dark suit or anything like that, or the red suit with the horns. But if you're a leader and you're here to do good, feel good, and share good, which Jillian's going to love as she watches this, that's a big paradigm shift that we're doing for the world. And I don't know if anybody else is noticing it. It's becoming more and more mainstream, more and more mainstream.
Yeah,
People are caring for each other. They're willing to share. They're willing to collaborate. And I saw a thing on a nonprofit thing, and this woman was tearing somebody, all the new nonprofit leaders. She was just tearing us, a strip off of them. She said, why are you starting nonprofits when there's established nonprofits doing the same thing? You should just go work for them, or you should just go volunteer for them. And it's like, well, wait, whoa, wait a minute. That's a very competitive mindset, right?
Yes, it is.
She's coming from that space of fear, right? Because if somebody comes in and is more innovative and has got a better team and is more exciting and is better at, getting the word out, they're going to take her donations. They're going to take her sponsors. Instead of realizing that, wow, there's a new group on the block, and let's collaborate with them because we can reach more people and we can get more sponsors and we can get more donations together, because there's probably a way, if we think about it, how we can innovate. And it's the same with For Life, right? And the teams, like you watch the teams working together. If there's competition, it'll be like, going
When
up
there's
against
competition, someone has to lose.
right. So the collaboration amongst even the teams, you can see it's like this, and then it weaves this wonderful web of goodness and success for people. So there you go. That is Mentor Monday. And I just want to remind you all, I believe we're going to need to tell you all about the upcoming events this week. And always remember to go uplinepro.com to check your calendar out. So tonight we've got Real Talk, and our guest is Cray Musney, and she's going to be talking about transmuting those emotional blocks we all have. So, and that's something that, whether it's on a personal or business side, if we can identify those emotional blocks and we can move them out of the way, we're rising, right? And so that is at 8 p.m. and you can get to that through Feel Good, Share Good, Do Good. That's where the event is, and there's a link right there. And then what do we got tomorrow? Jillian's got a training at 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. She always does a little training for her group. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you sat in. Just ask her on Facebook. And then there's Tuesday training for For Life, for business and tools that's 9 p.m. Eastern. And then business opportunity on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then the business opportunity presentation at 10 a.m. Pacific on Thursday. And don't forget the Saturday morning it's 7 a.m. Pacific time. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. And Claudia does it. And last week, while Claudia was away, Dr. Ramunda did it, and she did a great job. And I missed most of it because I was 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. But for the rest of you got to go and check it. Just sit in and you'll learn so much. And that's where we're at. Have I missed anything, Daniel?
I think not. But if we did, go to uplinepro.com just to make sure. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. And let's just open mics and share the love. Yeah. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Dr. Ogina tomorrow as well in the morning.
Oh, thank you. Dr. Ogina, thank you so much.
It's there in the chat. Yeah. Okay.
And everybody can sing happy birthday to Jillian, so she's if she's listening, and anybody else's birthday. I just don't know if it's anybody else's birthday, but happy birthday, Jillian. If you're
Happy
listening.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Have
Jillian.
fun.
You guys have a great start of the week, and
Happy
let's go get
birthday.
it.
All right. Does anybody